Hey everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. Today is quick and easy, and this is pretty easy. So what I am using for this is my scalloped contour dies, which are these outside pieces here. And we are creating a box for the inside. What I have in here is trail mix. You can buy those little packages. I actually had a big bag and I put it in one of our Stampin' Up food safe bags, and I put it in here. Let me open it and show you, because I want to show you what you can do. So we're just going to untie this. Let's see if I can keep that little loop there, because this is hard for me to. So this has a little opening, little flaps here that I kept because I wanted to have it covered. If you don't want to do that, you can leave these open, and you could fill it probably even a little bit higher. But I did a little trail mix, and I put some of my little pumpkins in here just to make it a little bit more festive. So this is just a little trail mix. You can put anything in here, just regular, the nut mixes that you can find at the grocery store. They have the little packets, and I think the little packets would work really good inside here. But you can put anything in it. You can just put little candies. You can put candy corn in here. And I know a lot of people, when I did the last one with candy corn, they said that they like to mix it with nuts. And I'm definitely going to try that, because every once in a while I get in the mood for candy corn. I can't eat a lot because it's just so much sugar, and I'm really not a big sugar person, but I'm going to try it with the nuts because I do love nuts. And even the little packets, my husband gets those little packets that have mixed nuts in it. You can do that. There's so many different things that you could put in here. And the reason I put nuts in it was because of the sentiment, and I thought it was really appropriate for fall. So this could be a really cute little Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be really picky with this since I undid it, but isn't he cute? I love the squirrel, and it says nuts about you. So it could just be an everyday thing. You don't have to put the leaves in the background. I just did that to add a little bit more fall to it. You can make it Halloween. Just use the box, do Halloween, birthday. There's so many things you can use this little box for. So it's really cute, but I love the squirrel. He's just so adorable. You do have to fussy cut him though. But I did use my scan and cut to cut him out. All right, let's put that aside. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need. This is the stamp set. It's called Nuts About Squirrels. Aren't they cute though? And see, it even has a happy birthday here. This says, hope you're feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. A get well would be really cute. It says, hey there, and then this is the one we're using, Nuts About You. But it even has some little leaves here, and you can do two-step stamping on this. I'm going to color it with my blends because I just wanted to add a little bit extra color, but this is the other stamp to two-step stamp. So if you're new, it means that you just stamp this one, and then this one you can stamp over it, or you could stamp this one and then stamp this one over it, which I like to do this part first. So it's up to you, but that is what that's for. And then we are using, this is the scalloped contour dies that I'm using. I'm using this larger one here. You can use stitched rectangles. The size of this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. You can use the stitched rectangles, but I love the scalloped on the side. It actually makes it, and then the stitching on here. Or you can even just cut a square if you don't have these, and just cut the square 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and you can do these. All right, so that, and then we are using also the Giving Gifts dies. I used these dies on my project on Sunday. I'll try to link it in here. It was a Christmas project, but I used these little dies here, the Santa and the sleigh, and then the snowman. Those were really fun to do. And then I'm using the leaves here, and it cuts 5 leaves out at one time. So I did already cut a bunch of those out, so you didn't have to sit and watch me cut all those out. And then I'm using the 20-20-22 Designer Series paper 6x6 pack. I'm using cinnamon cider to go with our cinnamon cider cardstock. All right, so the leaves, I'm going to just show you the leaves. I cut a bunch right here, and they are cherry cobbler. This is crushed curry, and this one's pumpkin pie. So those are the color leaves I'm using on these. We are also using our metallic mesh ribbon. Going to use that on here. And then I'm using the cinnamon cider ribbon as well for this. This is, what are they calling it? This is just the 22 in color ribbon. And then I'm using some linen thread right here. All right, so let's get started with this. First thing I'm going to do is I already cut out the squirrel because I told you I used my scan and cut. It's really simple cutting, y'all. It's not anything. I know some of you don't like to fussy cut, but this is really kind of just straightforward cutting. Nothing very fancy. And it's really fun. But if you have a scan and cut, you can use that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and color him. And we're using light and dark cinnamon cider and then some bronze on that. So I'm going to use the light first. And I'm going to kind of mimic what the two-step stamping did. And I'm just going to color around the edge here. This is the light cinnamon cider. Only wanted to add a little bit of different colors here. So we're going to put it here. And then we're going to just go around. And we're leaving his belly white. I'm going to color his little feet. I should be using the other side because this is a smaller piece here. And then we're going to use the dark. And I'm going to color this part of his tail, the dark. And actually they have, if you do the two-step stamping, it's going to leave his tail there, I think white, pretty much. Alright, and then I'm just going to use some of the bronze, and we're just going to make some little, like brush strokes. I just wanted to kind of make it look like it's a little bushy tail. And that's all I'm doing on him. I'm going to do the dark. I'm going to use this side for his acorn here, and it's going to be the top part. I'm using the dark. And I'm going to use the light for this bottom part. And then I'm just going to use some of that bronze again and kind of highlight underneath the acorn and then on the sides here where the little strokes are. And I'll show you this close up. Oops, we need to do his ears. Almost forgot him. Alright, so that's all I'm doing with him. So there he is there. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. You can even blend this in. I think I blended it in a little bit more on my other one, but we are going to go with it like that. All right. So, oh, I forgot part of his other leg here. Look at that. There we go. All right, so that we're going to put aside, and let's get going on this box here. So we are going to score this piece. This piece is 10 3/4 by 2.5. On the 10-inch side, or 10 3/4 inch side, you're going to score it 1.5 and 4. And then just turn it around and score it again at 1.5 and 4. It's easier this way because this has a little bit of an odd number to it, and it's just easier doing it this way. Then you want to score it on the 2.5-inch side at 1/2 and 2. So 1/2 on each side. That is it for our scoring. Alright, so what we're going to do on this piece is we are cutting up each side. I'm not cutting into these. We're going to do both sides like that. And on this top part here, this is going to be our flaps. If you don't want the flaps, just cut it off right there. We are going to cut a pretty good sized triangle. You don't want this to interfere with the box, So we're cutting some big triangles like that out of it. Just like that on both sides. And then that is it. I'm going to sharpen all these score marks. Okay, we got everything sharpened. I'm going to pull these two in. I'm going to get my little glue dots, and we are going to stick a glue dot on each corner here. One here, 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 and here. This is just going to help us when we put our tear and tape on to keep this box straight. So just put one on each corner. This is why I'm not cutting into it, because it helps this part to keep it going straight, and I'll show you that here. It's always easier for me to show you. So when we pull these up, you want to line that flat bottom like that so that it keeps it straight. You're going to do the same on here and on these two sides too. Just line that up to the bottom, and it keeps this box pretty square. Now be really careful when you're putting your tear and tape on. We're going to go ahead and put the tear and tape on, and we're going to put it on all three sides here. If it's easier for you, instead of tearing it, to cut it, because I found it was a little bit easier to cut it, so I didn't mess up my box. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut these. And then you want to put one on the bottom as well. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on this other side. Okay, so make sure that you press these down really good before you're going to take these off on both sides. Because you want to make sure you leave your tape on there and when you pull off the backing. All right, so that is it. Let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I'm going to use the nuts about you again. Go ahead and put it here because I think it'll be easier for me to punch it. I'm using our double oval punch, and we are going to punch that here. So that is that. You can use the oval as well, the scalloped one, but I like the little one better. All right, now we're going to remove our backings here. And just do one side at a time. And when you're doing this, we are going to use the little stitching on these to line this up. And you're only going to have one chance to do this because this tear and tape is very sticky. So I'm going to flip these over so that my stitching, this is the back of the stitching, because I want to make sure when I put these down, I'm putting the stitching part on the outside. So we're going to turn this upside down. I'm going to line it up here, but I am not going to press it down. I'm just going to line it up until I get it exactly where I want it. And then I will use my bone folder, and then I'll press this down. All right, there you go. Now we're going to do the same on this one. It's really easy. All right, and I'm going to do the same with this. I'm turning this way this time so I can see again. Just setting it down. And then when I got it exactly where I want it, I'm going to use my bone folder again and go in there and press those down. And then you go in there with your fingers too. Okay, so then these flaps will just fold down inside like that. I'm gonna put these together. They match up really nicely, so you can match those up. I'm gonna use my hole punch here. Punch a hole in the center. And then I'm going to grab my cinnamon cider ribbon. And we're just going to cut this. And then I'm going to grab my linen thread here. Oops, need to use the end. And I always straighten it by using that. I'm going to make a circle here. We are going to put this over our two pieces. You can also use a little clip or something to hold these. I always have to do it the hard way. Alright, we are going to do that. And then I'm going to see which way do I want it to go. It doesn't matter. Pick whatever side you like best. And we are going to put a bow in here. I kind of have it uneven here though. Got one side much larger than the other. So we're going to fix that. I should bring some of my little clips that I have over here so I can use them. Alright, there we go. I'm going to make a bow here. Kind of like the bow a little bit bigger on this, and then these tails a little bit longer too. But it's all up to you. Alright, we are going to take our matting pieces. These matting pieces are 2.5 by 2.5. I did both sides. You could do one or you can do two. Whatever you want to do on it. So I'm matting both sides on this. Come on. There we go. And you can use whatever pattern you like. I don't know, I just like this plaid for fall looking. I don't know. I like plaid for Christmas and for fall. So there you go. Got them both matted and they're cute. You can just leave it like that, put a sentiment and be done with it if you want. But no, I have to make it a little bit harder. So I have to add this. So we are going to cut a little bit of this metallic ribbon. And I'm going to use, see if I can get this thing working. I'm just putting a little bit on here so it holds it down for me. And then we are going to add our leaves. Let me grab all these leaves here. And I'm going to use him as a guide to where I'm putting my leaves. So I'm going to use wet glue for this. I'm going to put 3 on each side, 2 larger ones and a small one. So I'm going to put one here. We're popping him up, so let's use this one. And then I'm going to use this pumpkin pie one. I'm going to use one of each color on each side. We'll put that one like in the middle. And then we're going to do it on this side as well. So I'm going to use this one. I love these leaves. They're so cute. And you only have to run them through once because it has 5 leaves at a time. So it's really nice. And then we'll do, let's see, do we want, yeah, I guess we'll do this one. Let's see. Sometimes it's easier just to move the little squirrel and then rearrange it. Yep, that looks good. All right, let's get these other leaves out of the way. We're going to pop him up with some dimensionals. I go through dimensionals like crazy. This is another new package. So we'll pop him up. Right in the center here. And then we're going to pop up the sentiment as well. And we're going to put that right there. And that's it. Done. Isn't that cute? Oh, this little squirrel is just adorable. So here's the other one. This one's rather heavy. When you put nuts in it, it's really heavy. But I also did put those little pumpkins in there. So just make up your own little blessings mix or something like that would be cute for Thanksgiving, and just use a different sentiment. It's just really a fun one, very quick and easy. So I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. If you need any supplies, here's my hostess code for September. And I hope you all have a blessed one. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.